Gaffer, a good workout for your players. I guess that was just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, definitely. The players have worked really hard this week, and even this morning we put on. Usually at this stage we just play the game, but we put on a really tough session this morning. A shortened session, don't get me wrong, not one that sort of hurts them too badly, but a really sharp session. This was like a second session, if you like, in one day. So I was really pleased actually with the fitness levels and the application towards it, because sometimes you come in when there's that element of fatigue and the brain's not quite firing. And they're a good side, they work really hard. And the manager assured me, he said, look, we've got a lot of young players, but trust me, they'll run and they'll run hard, which they did, so that was perfect for us.
And it's not to be forgotten that the week you've given these lads, you've loaded them up so heavily, fatigue was bound to be a factor at some stage, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the difficult thing from a fan looking at pre-season games. That's why I say it's always hard for fans, because they're tempted to judge situations, but at the end of the day, they don't know the work that's gone on. You'd never prepare for a game like we have this week, trust me, physically. There's a lot of work gone in this week. So, no, I'm pleased overall. I'm pleased with the end of the week.
And what a great night for Jimmy Dunn. I mean, his first Burnley goal, he'll never forget it, even though it's a pre-season
friend. I know, bless him, he turned around to celebrate. I think he'll be getting a bit of stick off the lads for that, and then he sort of held it back. But, no, great. I mean, and Dwight's done well, and Dan Adji, and obviously a bit more familiar with Aidan. He's been around the first team a little bit longer, but it's an important time for them to get that feeling about what it's like with the first team. Been here all week as well. You know what it's like, rubbing off on each other as players do. So they've done well.
A few of the experienced pros missing. Matt Loughton was one tonight, and of course we knew about Stevie and Robbie before.
Yeah, well, Stephen's got a minor niggly calf, but we've had to be careful with that for obvious reasons. And, we try and avoid that when players have been out for long periods, long injuries. That secondary injury, everyone knows that it can happen. Robbie's going really well. His is more common sense, because he's had a really good week on the grass with us and actually been training with the team, which is great. Lough's had had a tight groin, so I've had to be careful with that one. Barnesy, we took him, obviously got awful blisters. I mean, he's done pretty well to be out there, to be honest, because they are really, really bad. Normally you think blisters, how can you stop with blisters? These are awful. So he's done well to be out there, to be fair to him. I think that was it. So, but they're all, apart from Stevens, that's we've got to monitor that one. But the others really are all precautionary at this stage. We're hopeful that they'll settle down just in a matter of days.
And you want to come through weeks like this with no real injuries, and you've done that well. And it's another great week in Cork for you. Brought the weather again. Another fantastic week out here.
Yeah, that's right. And we're always looked after when we've come out here. We were 5 years ago, and we have been this time. And the fans were brilliant. I hope they've had a good few days. I presume most of them will come over for a few days.
We're having a good night. Put it that way.
I hope they will. I believe, I wouldn't know, but I believe the Murphys is good here.
No let up finally, Gaffer, into schedule. Obviously the lads have a few down days now, but next week it all ramps up again with two sets of behind closed doors.
Yeah, actually there's not that much downtime for them. They'll have a bit of dinner and a couple of beers tonight, to finish off the week, which we like to give for that bonding element. Not crazy stuff, but they've earned the right with a big week. They'll train again tomorrow morning before we fly back. They'll have Sunday as a down day, but then we're back at it Monday, and a double week of double games, if you like. We want to make sure. I mentioned the other day, the biggest difference we've got this year is getting this game time into their legs. Normally in pre-season it'd be a slower build-up, but this time we've got to get that in. So Tuesday will be split teams, Friday will be split teams, and then we go on to the Monday. And then before we play in the Europa game. So we're trying to cram them games in, because as you can see tonight, some adapt really quickly. In pre-season I played enough for myself. Westy I thought was excellent tonight. It looks really sharp. Some players it takes time for them to get their sort of eye in again and get how the team works. So we've got to get that sort of speeded up.
Well done, Gaffer. Safe trip home.
And to everyone, cheers.